everybody, welcome to my channel about paper crafting. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. I'm not actually going to go through and do the layouts and show you while I'm doing the layouts, because I have quite a few planned to get done, and I'm just going to do probably a layout share at the end of the video, because this is going to take me a few days to get all these layouts done. Now the reason I'm doing it this way is because I'm participating in the Bash Your Scrapbook Stash World Series Challenge over on their Facebook group, which I'll have linked below. And the aim is to get as many pages as you can done to get points for your team. And obviously the team with the most points wins. So game one is started, and I have already a video up on my first layout for game one. But I'm going to do as many pages as I can this weekend. So if I was to film me making each page like I normally do, I won't get very many made like I want to get made. So this is what format I'm going to do for these. So the criteria you need to have on each page to get a point each is spray or watercolor, washi, stitching, fake stitching allowed, journaling, and to get maximum points, or an extra 3 points, you need to use a base page. So to get the base page points, you need to have each of those on your layout. So what I'm going to do is run through the base pages I have, the photos I have assigned to them, and then all the multitude of supplies I have on my desk that I'm going to use for these. I think there's 8 layouts here. And with this challenge, you need to take a photo of what you're using for each layout with the base page and the photo before you actually start. So I've got a lot here, but it's going to be divided between the 8 pages. So here we go. I'm just going to show you what I have. So first layout I have, or the first base page I have. Now these are all base pages based on a Stampin' Up! Memories and More cards that I bought. Like this is another range. I've got a whole another range here. And these I'm going to cut out for embellishments, possibly, on the page. But this is what they are. So I created a heap of base pages using them ages ago. Pretty sure I've got a video. I'll try and find it listed below where I put some of these together. So there's the first one. And there's the photos I have to use on this one. So I love using... I don't know if that marker's on my photo, probably, or the actual place. I love using these for pages because they're really, really quick. And, like, one of the criteria on this challenge is to use sprays. So a lot of the base pages I have are 3/4 paper, and there's no room to do sprays. So then when I came across these at the back of the folder, I went, they are perfect, because I've only got, like, half or less than half the page on each one covered with the cards, so lots of room to spray. So that's the first one. And the photos. Then I have this one, which has got the 3 I want to call them Project Life cards, but they're not. But I suppose that's a general term. Everyone understands what I mean when I say the Project Life. Or maybe I should call them pocket page cards. So they're the 3 pocket page cards I have on this layout, and they're the photos to go with them. I didn't realise when I was picking these, they all got a blue tinge to them, but they're photos of things on our tree, so I'm hoping I can still make that work. I just have to introduce a bit of blue somewhere on the page. Okay, the next one is the Santa Ho Ho Ho, and these 2 cards, these have, don't know if you can tell, but they have like a shiny glitter on them. Really, really pretty. So I printed out these 2 photos. Now all these Christmas photos, so they're all Christmas layouts, they are all from last year's Christmas. So it's going to be a great way to get Christmas scraps from last year. There's just the food photos of the things that we baked, the tarts and the fruit cakes and the biscuits, that I don't have a layout for today, but I can do that at a later stage. So that's that one. Then I have this one with the 3 cards going across the top of the page. And of course it said Dear Santa. So I thought, well, letter to Santa. So I've got this one here, which is one of our decorations, and just some more of our decorations. My daughter and I have gone a bit crazy in the last few years buying Christmas decorations. This one is Believe, and it's like snow themed, the pale, like the cooler look. So These are photos from when we went to Whimsical Imaginings up at Mount Me, I think they are, northwest of Brisbane. So that was a really lovely day. That's a beautiful place to go if you want inspiration. Just, you don't have to buy anything. Bonus if you do, because it's going to be hard to resist buying stuff. But it's just a magnificent showroom full of beautiful Christmas things. And you got to book your visits, and it's absolutely stunning. So they're the photos I have for that one. Then I have this one, Merry Christmas. Santa Claus is coming to town. So of course I had to get the pictures of our couple of Santa Claus things that we have. We've got Santa Claus in the clock tower here that spins around, and our countdown to Christmas. My kids are nearly 22 and nearly 18, but they still love, my daughter still loves to count down to Christmas. So that's why I thought Santa Claus coming to town. They're perfect photos for that one. And then I think this is the last one, the most wonderful time of the year. And this is just a heap of little photos of our Christmas display we had on our coffee table last year. So everything gets in the front lounge room gets taken over by Christmas. I don't think there's a flat surface that remains without a Christmas decoration of some sort on it. So we set up like a little village. We have a train, a wooden train, MDF train that I decorated years and years ago, that our, what's he called? Oh, mine has gone blank. Elf on the Shelf sits, and his girlfriend, forgotten her, Chloe I think's her name. And lots of little decorations that we have around. We have put them all on this big coffee table and display it like a little village. So, alright, so they are the base pages and the photos. Now I'll show you everything that I have out to go with all that. So I just picked out heaps of my Christmas stamps. I'm not going to go through them all. I'm just going to show them all to you. So lots and lots of stamps, some with only sentiments, some with Christmas images. I've always loved this one, Cozy Christmas. That's not what I thought it was. I've got Zoo Globe out, but I guess I can still use the globe with maybe make a scene if I want to. I thought that was the Christmas one, but I obviously pulled the wrong one. A trees one, because trees, Christmas, you know. Stockings one, a snowman one, a snowflake one, and then a pennant if I want to do a pennant on a page and some bows in that, little cute little bows. So I've got lots of stamps picked out, and I've got dies somewhere, but I think they're in another pile. Oh dear, you should see my desk. Bomb zone. Alright, more of these pocket page cards, and I picked all these out for cutting out embellishments and tucking pieces. So there's like red I can tuck under some photos, and then I've got like him I can cut out. So I got these, and there's a bow. So lots of different things on these that I can use to cut out for embellishments if I don't feel like stamping. So after a couple of pages, I'm sure I'm going to be looking for shortcuts, and not going to be wanting to go to all the trouble I did on the first couple. And by the time I get to 8, I'm sure I'm going to be over it. So there's the pocket page cards I have out. I have lots of markers and writers for doing the fake stitching. I'm not going to do stitching, that's going to take too long. And I'm not digging out my stitching stamps. I'm just going to do the fake drawn stitching. That will work when I'm in a hurry. I have my sprays. I have, I think that's Granny Apple Green, and that's Real Red, and I've got the Isocol alcohol in there with them. I have 2 punches. I have the snowman and the gingerbread man. My ink pads in red and green. Alright, and then heaps of embellishments as in rhinestones. Just a big selection, because I don't know what it is I want to use on each page. So I just gathered a great big selection of those. My alphas, I've got some small ones. So for little words and phrases on the pages, a heap of different colours. And hopefully there's enough, there probably won't be anywhere near enough 2s and 0s to put 2021 on each layout. I live in hope. And then alphas, for some of them that don't have the pocket life cards, the pocket page, the page pocket cards that don't have a word on them, like some of them had a heading like letter to Santa or believe or whatever, I can use them as my heading. But for the ones that don't have that, I picked out a selection of alphas to do my headings in, just a big range, because again, I don't know what I'm going to do on each page yet. So they're all the alphas that I have picked out. Oh, caught. Alright, and then we have digital elements. So I have lots of digital files that I can use and print out. I love these centers. I'm going to have to use some of these. They are so cute. So that's by Knitwits. So Knitwit Collection, I think it's called. I will link them below because they are super good value for digital files. They're a Canadian company and I just love them. They're really nice. So that's Ho Ho Ho. I also have another one called Kringle & Co. So what I do with my digital files, so I know what I have, rather than sitting on my laptop and going through every single directory to find what I've got and remembering what each one is, I print out the main photo, the collection photo, and put it in my folder so I can flick through and go, yes, that's got a bow that I want, that's got a penguin that I want. So it's just easier than going through like spending hours going through all your images. No one's got time for that. And then we have my Mamelfi, I don't know how to say that one, My Elf and I collection is what it's called. So cute little elves and some more Christmas things on there. For that blue type of page, I've got this, which is Snow Princess, which I liked the look of the snow-covered trees. Won't use the princesses, but the snow-covered trees looked good. And then I've got Cocoa Vanilla, 'Tis the Season Digital Elements. I don't know when this is from, but I have this. So this has got like trees and poinsettias and ornaments that I can print out and use as well. Then I went through all my dies. So all the Christmas dies that I had, pulled them all out. So I have an absolute load of embellishments and things I can use for these layouts, and I'm probably picked too much out and I'm probably going to get overwhelmed because I have too much choice. So I think it's easier sometimes to scrap with a limited amount of supplies. You make it work. When you have too much to choose from, you just get overwhelmed with choices. Now I have my stickers that I pulled off some of the packets and put them in my binder, in my folder. So these all are, I've forgotten the name, someone's going to tell me. So they're all the Christmas ones that I had. Yeah, I've forgotten the name. Then I went through other embellishments, and I have these from Authentique. I don't think these are going to go with any of my layouts, but they were Christmas. I just pulled everything Christmas out. And then I have some other elements that I think these are Echo Park. These were just in my container of embellishments. So there's probably a snowman I can cut out and trees, and these are good for journaling, because on this challenge you need to have journaling on every page completed when you take your final photo. So these will be good for journaling. And then the last component I have is washi tape. So lots and lots of washi tape. I just went through my bin of washi tape and picked out all my red, and then my green, and then my glittery ones. So lots and lots of washi tape, and gold, and the blue for that one blue page that I've got. And that's it. That's all my supplies. So as you can see, I have so much to work with and so much to sort out what I want to use and what's going to go with what page, that it would take me a month to film every single layout. So I'm just going to get playing. Fingers crossed to get them all done today, and then I'll be back with a final layout share. Alright, so hang tight and I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. All the layouts are finished. There is 7 in total. Now you'll see some common things on each layout, because the requirements were to use spray or watercolor. So in each of them there'll be some sort of watercolor element. Washi tape was another element you had to use. Stitching, you'll notice fake stitching on mine, or faux stitching, and journaling. And then if you wanted maximum points to get a grand slam, you started with a base page. So you'll see those components on each page, on each layout, because I started with a base page on each layout. Okay, so this is the first one. Base page was these three pocket page cards on the left hand side, and I struggled with the watercolor aspect of this. I don't have a lot of the colors I used to in inks and refillers, so I used Real Red and Granny Apple Green, but the Real Red, no matter how much of the inker I put in there, it came out pink. So I didn't like how that looked, so I didn't use the sprayer again. But I used a lot of digital elements as well on these layouts. The exception is these holly leaves. I used a Stampin' Up! Stamp for them. And you'll find most of them are similar looking, because a lot of all my base pages had these cards on the page already, so a lot of them are very, very similar looking. So that's the first one. Okay, and then we have the next one. Now on this one I tried to do, is this the one? Let me see if I've got them in order. Yes, I think this is the one. This one I tried to do, what did I use with this? I tried watercoloring with it. I didn't like it because this cardstock goes really funny when you watercolor with it. So I tried putting the block onto the ink pad and then doing that, but I was getting like too many straight lines from the edge of the ink pad, so I sort of covered up a lot of it in the end, but you can still see it around the edge. And again, it's got the fake stitching on it, which reminds me, this one I need to go back in and continue, because they're going to be in the album one after the other. They look like a series, like they all go together, so I want them to look similar anyway. And this one doesn't have the stitching around here, so I need to go in and change that. But on each of the other ones after that, I put the stitching on. I used a stamp on this one as well, which was just, again, I think it was Cozy Christmas was the stamp set. I just used Santa and the reindeer. A lot of digital elements that I cut out and printed and then cut out. And each one had to have journaling, so these all fully journaled, ready to go into the page. And there's a pearl that's upside down. Get back on there. Okay. And then the next one. This is my favourite. Really, really love this. I love the colours on it. And with this one I used the ink pad, the acrylic block to ink pad, spritzed it with water and then plopped it on to give me that watercolour look. And I'm used a mix of mint macaron and balmy blue. And again, the washi, so down the middle. And I added some extra balmy blue snowflakes around. I think that snowman, can't remember his name, he's a few years old now. Where is he? Snowman Season was the stamp set. Stamped and punched out a few of him to put on the page. And again, more digital elements down here and some old snowflakes. Then we have this one, which only has a little bit of washi across the middle, and this is a different orientation. Most of the others had the cards just down the left. This one I had the cards already at the top. So digital elements again, and some doilies, and the red around the side I used, I think, again, acrylic block to ink pad, sprayed it with water and just added that watercolor effect in there. Then this one, digital elements again, and actually no digital elements on this one. These are all cut out from the 3x4 cards, Project Life type making, no, was it Memories and More cards that went with these bigger ones, and I had a heap of the small ones left, so I just cut out the different images on those ones, on the small ones, and stuck them on here. Used some old glitter, white glitter paper, and cut out some like snowflake designs to put behind in a few different places. This is the first layout I actually liked, the Watercolor Effect, and I just cut up an old plastic bag, like one of these. Where are they? No, one of these but bigger, and I just cut it up so I had little squares of plastic, and I put the ink pad face down onto my non-stick sheet, spritzed it with water, used the plastic to pick up the ink, and then smushed it onto the page. I like that effect so much better. And the red is not quite so pink, still on the pink side, but that's like real red ink. I don't know what I got to do to make it darker. Possibly I could have used cherry cobbler, I don't know, but it is what it is, and I'm glad these are done. So, because I haven't scrapped Christmas photos for years and years, and when I did do Christmas, I just pulled out a few of the kids that were nice in front of the tree, or a few special photos. I haven't done like a complete Christmas season that covered all our decorations, what we did and all that sort of stuff. So I really like this because I basically got all but 1 or 2 pages of the occasion done. So I really love doing it this way, and they all look coherent, which is a bonus. So they're all from last year's Christmas. Second last one, and this one I used digital elements on. They're all digital elements. That is actually a Making Memories and More, sorry. Memories and More card that I just journaled on. So they're all pictures of our fancy decorations and our Christmas tree. And then the last one is a mixture of green and red smooshing, ink smooshing there. Still got the washi on it, it's got the journaling, and I started with a base page, so it meets the criteria as well. Added some ribbon bows to this one. Yeah, and that's it. So there are my 7 pages that I did yesterday and today. I did 5 yesterday, 2 today because I was watching the Bathurst car racing at the same time, so I didn't quite get as many done. So that is my layout share, and that is for the World Series challenge that's going on at Bash Your Scrapbook Stash Facebook group. I'll have it linked below. It may be too late to sign up for the challenge, but it's still great to see what everyone is creating and all the variety of pages that people are putting up. So thank you for watching. If you've liked this video and you like the layouts, hit the thumbs up so I know that you liked it. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that notify bell so you know when my next video comes out. Thank you for watching, and have a scrap of your day. Bye bye.